Okay.
So, a very warm welcome to all you viewers. We just get a thumbs up for all our Facebook viewers as well, and then we will just start.
We are live on Facebook here. Are we? Sure, okay, so we can get started.
So, namaskar to every one of our viewers out there, and a very warm welcome once again to a very exciting session on the standalone fire suppression systems. Today, in our agenda, what we have is we will talk a little about who we are as a company, and Vishal, after that, we will request the subject matter expert to showcase these products to us. So, we have two wonderful products here. We have our ceiling mounted, as you can see on our right here. And on the left hand side, we have the exciting launcher, ceasefire launcher. We will be discussing these at length today. After we've showcased these products to you, what we would want to do is have your questions ready. I'm sure you will have a number of questions that you would want to ask us. And we have our experts here to respond to those questions to clear out all your doubts. So, Vishal, over to you. You'd like to talk a little about what the company has.
Yeah, so thanks, Kaveri. And I think a good way to start the session would be to give you all a view of who we are as an organization. But before everything else, thank you so much, guys, for taking out time and joining us in this session today. Ceasefire Viewers today is a fast emerging global fire safety organization. So after having consolidated our position as a leader in the Indian subcontinent, what we are doing is we are pretty much expanding all over the world. So earlier we were exporting to many countries around the world. Today we are setting up our own offices and our own facilities, across the globe. But what makes this organization truly unique, viewers, is the fact that we are the rarest organizations in the world today to have such a diverse yet a 360-degree unified firefighting portfolio. So we're talking about a complete spectrum of firefighting solutions, starting from fire extinguishers, which is a word in itself. So on one side, you have the core line fire extinguishers, the ABC powder, water, foam, and that side. And then you have some special application extinguishers, including the clean agent, water mist, special powders for B-class and metal fires. It's a word in itself of portable and trolley-mounted extinguishers. That's on one side. Then you come on to have in-panel solutions, cabinet protection systems. And again, we're talking about some very, very futuristic technologies here, including the CQRS and the minis of the world. And then you have room systems, which is again, a full gamut of chemical gas-based systems, water mist-based systems, and water and inert gas-based systems, is what we have as a range there. And then there is a section on the kitchen suppression systems, including water mist and wet chemical-based systems for both
domestic as well as the
commercial organizations. And then you have your range of hydrant solutions and a whole lot of other specialized firefighting technologies. And that's where we say we are one organization to have such a diverse.
Let me also add to this: we have the fire alarm systems as well as the evacuation solutions.
So fire alarm solutions. How can I forget that? And that's what makes us truly unique in the marketplace. As a value offering that we bring to the table for our customers. Now, another very important point of differentiation for the organization is the fact that our quality today is the best in class, and hugely different from what is available in the marketplace. And this quality today stems from the fact that we are manufacturers of all of these technologies ourselves. So it's not some organization who is importing stuff from all over the world and compiling it and putting it together. And,
we know our products very well.
Yeah. So because we manufacture, we take full onus of the quality that we bring to the marketplace. And today, when we talk to you in this session, today this quality stands endorsed by the top-notch quality agencies in the world, including the LPCB, the BSI, Kite Mark, the MED, PED certifications of the world, including some process certifications like ISO, and OSAS. So, okay, coming back to give you a quick view on our scale and size, viewers. We are today an organization which is driven by 2,000 professionals who work from across the length and breadth of the organization, from over 100 offices today in the country, and bring into the system some 3,000 new customers every month. So that is the rate at which we are moving today. Some 5 lakh companies, small, mid-scale, large organizations, all put together, some 5 lakh companies count on us for their fire safety, and that's what keeps us committed to the cause. And at this point in time, when we talk to you today, somewhere in the world, a ceasefire extinguisher or a ceasefire firefighting solution gets sold every 5 minutes and is sold on a real life emergency every 61 seconds, saving life and property somewhere in the world. So that's the rate at which we are moving, and that's I think a small introduction of who we are as an organization.
Absolutely, and you can see we are a byword as far as quality is concerned, which makes us 100% reliable as well. And here, Vishal, I would like to bring in the 2 products which are under discussion.
Sure, absolutely.
On this side, you can see is the ceiling mounted, the stand-alone fire suppression system. And on the other side here, I have the ceasefire launcher. So since I'm on here, let me tell you a little about the launcher. The launcher, if you look at it, looks very similar to most of the other fire extinguishers that we have. Vishal, but there is a speciality here. Now, if I was to use it as a fire extinguisher, I would just lift up the fire extinguisher, remove the safety pin from here, aim the hose at the fire and activate the system, and it would work the same way as any fire extinguisher would. However, there could be an instance where there is a place, there's a part of area in my organization, in my premise, where there is not too much of a footfall, or which is isolated, or let's say a place which is a risky place, and what do you do when the shop is closed or when the premise is closed? Now, this extinguisher can be placed strategically at such a risk area. When there is a fire, this will work automatically. How? What it has, if you can see on both sides of the barrel, there are nozzles. Now, these nozzles house a glass vial which has diethyl glycol in it. Now, as the temperature, because of the fire, starts to increase and reaches approximately 68 degrees centigrade, diethyl glycol has expanded and the vial breaks. When the vial breaks, whatever the agent inside, that is MAC90, it is dispersed onto the fire is put out. Now look at another situation. Here it is acted like a fire suppression system. You don't need human intervention. Another place, let's take an example. Let's say there's a fire in the room and I'm stuck inside and firefighters are stuck outside. There is no way to either enter the room or to exit out of the room. In such a case, the firefighters just need to pick up the launcher and throw it at the fire.
That's why it's called the launcher.
That's why it is called the launcher.
So whenever we are making a presentation for this is one of my favorites amongst our range. And whenever we're making a presentation or showing it to a customer, making a presentation in the seminars and exhibitions, a one-line explanation of this product is this is the only extinguisher in the world which also doubles up as a modular suppression system. So one, it works like a manual extinguisher. So number 2, you can launch it in the fire if it is big. Number 3 is if there is nobody around, if it is a small shop, a small go down, a small place where nobody is present, and if this is placed, it will detect fire automatically and take into action and kill the fire because of these advanced sensors that are there in it. And the the design of the nozzle cover is important, which ensures that the discharge of the agent is uniform all across.
Dispersed properly. Absolutely. Now let's look at the other very beautiful product that we have, that is the ceiling mounted modular system that we have. Now the beauty of the system is one, it's a standalone system. No human intervention is required. The second part is that it is not placed on the floor or mounted on the wall. It occupies some space on the ceiling. So an inverted extinguisher, this is placed up, and like the launcher, this also has a vial with diethyl glycol, recognizing the fact that as the temperature rises, the diethyl glycol expands, breaking the vial and allowing the agent, which could be a clean agent like HFC 236 or your powder, that is your MAP, to disperse on the area where there's fire and fire is put out. This is normally placed in areas where there's very little footfall or it is difficult to reach with the help of a fire extinguisher.
So we do this in ABC powder and then we do this also in the
teenagers, both. So, and you can see here that this comes in 3 different sizes here, and here we have the 5 and the 10 kgs. So without taking up too much of your time now, let's move on and request our expert, Pranav Viman, to showcase this product to us through a demonstration. So over to the demonstration area.
Check the sound.
Hello dear, welcome to another session at Ceasefire. Today I've got a magnificent product from the bouquet of Ceasefire, the Ceasefire Launcher. Ceasefire Launcher on its outset looks like an ordinary fire extinguisher. An extinguisher where you can pull the safety plug out, hold the cylinder in your hand, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, depress the lever and put out your fire. That is where the similarity ends. A Ceasefire Launcher has a specialized dip tube within it. This dip tube allows the equipment to be used at any axis, horizontal or vertical, which is different from a conventional fire extinguisher. The other difference is you have a specialized valve on top of the cylinder, which has the conventional usage pin, and it also has a chamber to which are attached two sprinklers. These sprinklers are fitted with cordzoid bulb. These cordzoid bulbs are designed to burst open at 68 degrees centigrade. In case a fire comes in close contact with the extinguisher, this bulb will burst open and the pin from here will be removed and the extinguishing agent will come out and will, via these sprinklers, be spread around. Let's look at how this would be working in an actual fire situation. Also around these sprinklers is a safety ring. This steel safety ring protects this sprinkler at the time of usage. We will understand the type of usage which we are talking about as I speak further. So there are two other forms of operation with Ceasefire Launcher. One we call the Autopilot Mode. You see a big fire and you feel alone. Ceasefire Launcher can be your help. Say you have a very big fire and you cannot put it out singularly or single-handedly. So what you do is you pick up one of these extinguishers or launcher and throw them into the fire. Due to their structure, they just land within the fire without rolling. And as the bulb breaks open, the extinguishing agent comes out and suppresses the fire around it. If the fire is not put out completely, it will at least be suppressed. And you can use this or another equipment like this to put out the fire completely. Another method would be the suppression board. Say you have a room which needs protection and does not have a lot of footfall in it. So what you can do is, you can install this equipment onto this wall at 1.5 meter height, and this equipment will be able to automatically suppress the fire. Say a fire which progresses towards a wall, the content of the extinguisher will spread around in a semicircle, giving a total suppression and preventing the fire from proceeding forward to the wall. This can greatly help in suppressing the fire and the spread of fire from one compartment to another compartment. The coverage areas which are available with these kind of equipment, as equipment is available in 4, 6 and 9 kg, the coverage is 9, 12 and 20 square meters in automatic suppression. All these equipment come verified from PED, they are CE certified, and this equipment has been verified by BSI for its performance. So let's go to our AS center and look at how this equipment works. Welcome viewers, I'm going to demonstrate to you how a launcher works in a suppression mode. For this purpose, we have taken a 2 cubic meter enclosure. In this enclosure, we have fitted a 4 kg launcher. The extinguishant is going to come out of any one of these sprinklers wherever the heat is concentrated. For generation of heat, we are using a container. This container is going to be filled with 1 liter of heptane and allowed to burn till the temperature reaches 68 degree at the sprinkler. As soon as 68 degrees is reached, we will see that the extinguishing agent comes out and flush this enclosure. So I'll step back and enjoy the show. And that's the discharge. We'll let the extinguishing settle down and then we'll see the flame inside. There should be no ignition. Both the bulbs are burst and the discharges happen from both the ends. The flame is now completely out. The powder has formed a layer on top of the flame and there cannot be a reignition. In this manner, the flame is not allowed to spread. This ends our demonstration. Thank you for joining us.
So I'm sure you enjoyed this demonstration as much as we did. And before we go on to the other demonstration, we are now going to get into the demonstration for the standalone fire suppression system, that is the ceiling mounted system. And again, I'm handing you over to Pranav, who will showcase this product to you.
Hello viewers, welcome to another wonderful session at CEAS.
Hello viewers, welcome to another wonderful session at CEAS.
Today,
I've got another wonderful product from Ceasefire, which is the Ceasefire standalone ceiling mounted suppression system. As you look, there's a extinguishing cylinder which can be fixed onto a ceiling using a base plate and fasteners. To the bottom of this extinguishing cylinder is a specialized cordzoid bulb and a sprinkler. As soon as the heat is detected, the cordzoid bulb bursts open and let the extinguishing agent fall onto the sprinkler and spray it onto the fire. The models which are available in these ceiling mounted equipment is 5 and 10 kg. The extinguishing agent available is MAP 90 in powder and HFC 236, 123 and 227 EA for gases. Gases are used where we are using premium suppression requirements for clean areas. HFC being clean gases, they can extinguish fire without leaving any residue. Powder will be used where you have a majorly A or electrically class fires with no enclosed areas. All these equipment have been verified for their performance by BSI. For HFC 236-227EA, we have got BSI verification as to their coverage. 5 kg can cover from 2 meter cube to 10 meter cube, and 10 kg can cover from 10 meter cube to 20 meter cube. For powder, we have 5 and 10 kg coverage for 12 and 28 meters square respectively. Let's go to the AI center and look at the performance of these equipment, where we will show you a live demo. Welcome viewers to our AI center. Today we are going to see the demonstration of a 5 kg clean agent cylinder. Let me explain to you how we are going to perform this. We have an enclosed area which is 2 cubic meter. We have installed a 5 kg clean agent cylinder to the ceiling of this enclosure. As you see, the cylinder has been placed vertically, as its base plate is on the ceiling, which is installed with the fastener, and the nozzle or the sprinkler is at the bottom. The pressure within the cylinder is 10 bar. For the purpose of demonstration, we are going to pour 1 liter of heptane into this container at the bottom. We will let the fire grow. As the temperature reaches 68 degrees at the tip of the sprinkler, the extinguisher will run and extinguish the fire. So I'll step back and let you enjoy the show. We are using heptane as the fuel. As the flame grows, the temperature will reach to 68 degrees at the tip and the extinguisher. What an amazing extinguishment. We'll see in a little while that all that is left is soot. All the extinguishing agent will just vanish and leave no residue. Clean agents are very useful in sensitive areas where residual can harm the machine. Visibility is also pretty good. The flame is now fully put out and there is no reignition. This ends our demonstration for ceiling mounted extinguisher.
So that was our demonstration on the ceiling mounted. And I'm sure you have a number of questions. May I request our viewers who are there on the Zoom platform to put in their questions in the question and answer section. On the other hand, we have a number of our viewers who are looking at this live on Facebook. We request you to post your questions and we'll be happy to respond to them through the Facebook media itself. So let's start with the question and answers. But for that, I would like to invite two of our experts, Dinesh and Siddhant. Please come and join us. So that's Dinesh. Hi, Dinesh.
Yeah,
hi,
hello.
Siddhant.
Hello.
So you can see the Siddhant is tall enough to even move out of the frame here. So we're going to do our question and answer round, and I'm sure there are lots and lots of questions that you have in mind. We'll be happy to resolve any doubt that you have. May I request my colleague to please let us go into the question answer as well as the chat to see if there are any questions for us. I'm sure there are lots and lots of things that you would like to know, and we'll be happy to respond to them. You may either type in your questions in the question answer tab here, or you may want to type them out in chat. So our first question is from Mr. Rahul Sinha, who says, how much area of protection of ceiling mounted 5 kg and 10 kg, and at what height will it work?
So can you please specify your question? Whether are you asking about the powder-based ceiling mounted extinguisher or the gas-based?
Explain both.
You may want to give a response for both of them, Sinha.
Okay, no issue. For ceiling mounted powder-based MAP 90 based extinguisher standalone system, the system can be placed at a maximum height of 4.7 meters, with the 5 kg version having a coverage area of around 9 square meters, and the 10 kg version having a coverage area of 12 square meters.
That was for the powder version.
For the powder version.
And what about the clean agent?
And for the clean agent, we have three gases. Our clean agent based standalone suppression system can either be a HFC 236FA based system, or an HFC 227EA based system, or a HCFC 123 based system. All these three systems have different coverage areas due to the different gases being used with each system. So for
2 to 7, if you're talking about the 5 kg, it will cover 2 meter cube to 10 meter cube, because it's a protection by volume, not by the area. And for 10 kg, it will work on a 10 meter cube to 20 meter cube. This is for the 5 kg and 10 kg for the gas-based system. Okay, and for the 227EA and 236FA also. And if you check to 1, 2, 3, it will work on these volumes also.
So any of the gases, it is more or less these volumes.
Yeah.
All right. So that also answers Sanjay Saxena's question here. Deepak, we will have this question answered. You can get in touch with us directly, and we will see how we can share this. This is normally there available. The video is available on our website, so you will be able to see that, or you can look at it through the Facebook as well.
Ma'am, can I make a little correction on this?
Yes.
I guess I've confused the coverage area of launcher with CNE powder.
Please go ahead.
Sorry for that confusion over there. So the coverage area for CNE powder, MAP 90 based powder, it is actually 12 square meters for 5 kg version, which can be placed at a maximum height of 3.6 meters. Whereas for the 10 kg version, it has a coverage area of around 28 square meters, which can be placed at a maximum height of 4.4 meters.
Perfect.
So that was correction from my side.
Thank you so much, sir.
You have some questions on the Facebook.
Why heat temperature set at 68 degrees both in the CM and the launcher? This is an interesting question. Because of this, normally the normal temperature inside our premises, or maybe where it may be installed, then we have to get the temperature of the bulb up to 30 degrees plus
As per the ambient
temperature. Okay, that's why we are normally use 68 degrees Celsius. But in case if you want another temperature rating, also we have also, there is a 57 degree, 68 degree, and 93 degree generally. But 93 degrees Celsius temperature rating is quite higher for application where the ambient temperature is quite high, almost 60 degrees Celsius, or 50 degrees Celsius if the ambient temperature is. Then you have to select the 93 degrees Celsius temperature rating for the both you can launcher or as well as the CMB.
Yes, but at STP conditions, standard temperature pressure conditions, we recommend using a
68
sensor with a rating of 68 degrees.
That's what's normally found.
Yeah,
That's why you would like to use that.
Yes.
Okay, so any prescribed height related to ceiling mounted from ground to ceiling?
Yes. Because we have tested for the limitation of the height for our powder based also and gas based also. Earlier we told you that for the powder there is a limitation of 3.6 meter height for the 5 kg and the 4.4 meter height for the 10 kg. This is for the powder. And if you're talking about the gas, because of the clean agent gas, there works maximum up to 4.7 meters we can go. The limitation of the room height. Where it will.
So before I go on to the next question here, I think Vishal is also tracking the Facebook, and he has some questions from our Facebook viewers. Would you like to talk about it?
So one of the viewers wants to know what are the typical application areas for ceiling mounted? What kind of environments do they typically?
Where can we use
Yeah.
ceiling mounted is what he wants to know.
Where this is used for your application where your hazard is class A and class C, normally. But if you are having a class B also, then it will work on class B also. The A, B, and C typically all these three types of hazard it can work.
So normally it is used in those places which are, where the footfall is very less. Let's take an example of a warehouse where a lot of things are stacked and the stacks are quite high. Now, if there's a fire, you would not have too much of footfall there for somebody to even visualize or get to know that there's a fire. And at the second time, the stacks are so high that it is difficult to reach them with the help of a handheld extinguisher. That is one place where you will find that the ceiling mounting comes in place. A lot of small cabins, ATMs, all these areas, the smaller cabins or small areas which can be put out, the volume of which can be put out, the fire that can be put out through the volume of the gas that is being used in the cylinder. In such areas also, you can use the ceiling mounted. Note that in the ceiling mounted, you are not looking at human intervention. So you're looking at a place where even if people panic and run out, the ceiling mounted just takes over and puts the fire out.
Yeah.
Can you throw some light on the warranty of both the products, please?
So both these products are warranted here for 6 years. So that is a question coming from one of our Facebook viewers had said. So we're giving a response here. The warranty of both these products is 6 years. Can we reduce temperature level to react? So we have these three different temperatures.
Yes.
So we have one at 57. So you do have one which, if required, if there's a need, then of course we can offer the 57 degree centigrade temperature also, the temperature variation that is there. If the room height is 10 feet and it is occupied with stuff, then what could be the ideal size?
See, that it works upon the volume of the room, not
the height zone.
What you can put out inside the room or whatever the actual material inside. It works on the only the volume of the room. That's why I don't think about that what are inside the room or kept inside the room and what are not.
Only if you are talking about the gas-based extinguisher. Otherwise, if you are going for a powder-based extinguisher, standalone system basically, that system needs to be, you need to understand that that system will act on a single hazard at a time. It is not a total flooding system. So if you install a powder-based standalone separation system, it will act on the hazard for which it has been installed.
What will be the maximum temperature setting? So you do not set temperatures separately on the ceiling mounted system. The temperature comes set at a particular level. So normally the one which we offer in the market is 68 degrees centigrade. Will the launcher work in an open space or not?
Yes, definitely it will work.
It may be not, because if this product is worked on the basis of the principle of the heat absorption by the quadrant wall. If the heat comes to preset level and then it works. If it is not, then it would not work.
So you got to understand that the concentration of the heat has to be felt at the wide level, at the sprinkler level, or at the nozzle level. And if the temperature gets dissipated into the atmosphere, the chances are there that the temperature may not be felt or reach up to 68 degrees soon enough. But in an enclosed area where the launcher would be placed, the temperature would be felt much faster and the product is sure to work.
No, we cannot set or change the temperature because it's a predefined.
Anup, even in Mini, you cannot change the temperature once the product is there. The product would come at a preset temperature. So with ceiling mounted, we are offering in the market one temperature level, that is 68 degrees. However, you may discuss with the product support team, and in case anyone who's interested, or our colleagues can get in touch with the product support team. And if anybody is interested in another temperature which is higher or lower than 68 degrees, we'll be happy to support. Prasanna, let's not confuse our teams or our viewers with questions on products which we are not showcasing. You can always get back to us and we will help you with Atomex as well. Any other question that you have here? So, any other question that anybody has? You can always go back to Facebook and watch us in action with the product. So let's say the product is products in action along with us at any point in time. And we will be happy, if you have any further questions, we'll be happy to respond to you there as well. So thank you so much. I can see that there's been a lot of interest on these products and we will get back to you very soon. We're coming back to you on the 16th with the Atomex as well as the total flooding system, HFC 227EA total flooding system, the total room flooding system, and we hope to see you there as well. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, Vishal, Dinesh, and
Thank you, ma'am.